Sihlalo ngicabanga ukuthi
Asinqama.
uMr Lamula laphayana
What rule?
uyaphambuka uma
Rule. Read the rule.
Ucabanga a whole lot of nothing. Rule.
Ngala nokbo.
Aniphapha niphaphi nina yazi ngobubi.
Tulani namasela lawo.
Honourable members, order. Honourable member, please repeat your point of order.
We must start with the rule.
ngithi uLamula ukhuluma
What rule are you
Rule.
Alama rules. Rules.
Umthetho.
Sorry, honourable member, that's not a valid point of order.
Molauteo.
Please mute your microphone. Honourable Reddy, yes, I'm recognising you.
Thank you, Honourable House Chair. I rise in terms of Rule 34B, which says that members must conduct themselves with dignity and in accordance with the decorum of this House. The minister, Honourable Minister, that stood before this podium has displayed a tendency that has brought this House into complete disrepute by pugning.
Demoted.
I cannot speak. I'm on the floor. Please give me a chance to speak.
Honourable members, please keep your microphones muted.
These members
Speaker,
you
order.
are very disrespectful. The minister must confine himself to SONA. His response to SONA and his portfolio. He should
Thank you, Honourable Reddy. You've made your point, and I think it goes back to the same ruling I made earlier. You may not determine what a member puts in their speech, and we will then go forward. Honourable member in front.
Thank you very much.
Abantwana base Ukraine.
Stellenbosch mafias.
Kanye
Stellenbosch. Thank you very much, Honourable House Chairperson. I rise on Rule 57 of the joint rules, which is a point of order. And I'm raising this point of order on you. There has been consistent, people are just pressing the mic and speak without being pointed at, and they are raising frivolous.
What about ANC?
The ANC was
it is
doing
very
the
clear
same
who is
thing.
doing that.
You started it.
Honourable Chairperson, there is a difference between a person who is howling and heckling and a person who is... That's the example of a person who is doing that, Honourable Chabalala Lynchfield. She just presses the mic and speaks. And we can't tolerate that. And you know who is doing that. The mics can tell you what is that. Who is doing that, but you're not taking them into task. Some of them are raising orders on the
Thank you,
NA
Honourable
rules,
Member.
which are not joint rules. But you allow it, and we have been quiet all along. It can't be tolerated, Honourable House Chair.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. I believe I have tried to be quite patient. I've allowed both sides to air their views vociferously. I'm now going to ask Honourable Members. We have a few minutes left, not much. Please can I ask you to listen attentively to the speaker at the podium, to not interrupt with frivolous points of orders, to certainly not unmute your microphones when you haven't been recognized, and to respect each other in order to ensure that we can get through the last 7.5 minutes of today's process, and we can then go home and come and hear the President's reply tomorrow. Honourable members, please, both sides, let's respect each other sufficiently to hear the debaters to conclusion. Honourable Minister, please continue.
MK party.
Soya Papa food. Soya Papa mfana Rupert.
Kodwa i-ANC ishayile induku lapha eMzumbe municipality. Lapho i-MK party beyine 40%. Kodwa
manje i-ANC ibuyile yayithatha iwadi lapha eMzumbe. I-MK Party ithole nje kuphela u-60%.
Khuluma ngeportfolio yakho.
Lokho kuyakhomba ukuthi ama-elections esingakawarigi siwawine kahle njengamalengiso. So siyabonga umphakathi waseMzumbe lapha eKwaZulu Natal ukuthi nisupporte inhlangano yabantu le kuyi-ANC.
Anwinanga kwininkathi eMzumbe.
Honorable Zamani has sufficiently refilled the empty mind on Western Sahara that was displayed by Honorable Dlela. The world today, at a time where the world was in throes of a Cold War, the late Reverend Jesse Jackson said we should keep hope alive. May I take this opportunity to convey condolences to his family and the entire civil rights movement in the US. Mr. President, when you delivered the State of the Nation address last Thursday, you spoke of a world in turmoil, a world where the strong bully the weak, and where the trade is used as a weapon. Around that same time, Honorable Muda and Honorable Trollip, the Munich Security Conference was taking place in Munich. At that gathering, we heard a clear message, a call to revive the old logic of empire through Mr. Rubio, a longing for days of colonial domination, an appeal to build a new alliance rooted in conquest, invasion, and plunder, the very antithesis of the right to self-determination and recognition of our sovereignty. As we debate the State of the Nation address and the direction of our country, those calls for a new Western century are too loud to ignore. Faced with these calls, we must reaffirm that we have always known Africa is our destiny and Africa is our future. We have reaffirmed this position through the G20, where we confirmed that critical minerals must beneficiate the people of Africa, a compact on AI to benefit the youthful continent of Africa, that digital transformation must benefit the youth of this continent. We have done so for the African child. Honorable Mulder, unlike the FF+, our principled human rights commission, our principled human rights outlook, favors all South Africans, irrespective of color. We do not only speak for the privileged white minority or only for black South Africans or for any colored nationality. We speak for all South Africans because we have a responsibility to lead our country. We speak for all South Africans on Gaza. We speak for all South Africans on Ukraine and Russia to build a peaceful society. We have been consistent even at the UN General Assembly to speak about the sovereignty and the UN Charter. You yourself, your party, only speak for white supremacists. We are very clear as the ANC-led government that our responsibility is to all South Africans. And we will continue to do so, to build a nation united in our diversity. To build a united nation means that we must ensure that the economy is inclusive. The World Bank's report has stated that South Africa's economy is not inclusive because the majority of black South Africans are excluded from the economy. It is against this background that BEE must continue to empower and to bring into the economy the majority of the marginalized and the excluded. Therefore, BEE is a constitutional imperative. It cannot be abandoned at the altar of political expediency. The GNU does not mean the bearing of BEE. Neither does the GNU supersede the Constitution, because black economic empowerment, affirmative action, is a constitutional imperative. This must sink in, even to the Democratic Alliance. We are in alliance to transform this country in line with the Constitution. There is no document that supersedes the South African Constitution, even the statement of intent. It is against this background that all states shows that BEE has benefited majority of South Africans, not as it was claimed in this podium, that it has only benefited a few political elites. And the stats are there. The Banking Association of South Africa shows that since 2000s, JSE-listed companies have devoted about 320 billion to BEE efforts.
It's
And
your
this has
GNU
benefited
partner.
a broad range of South Africans, not just a few political allies. About 2/3 are strategic investments in partnerships, various individuals, and new businesses. 20% is community development, and 15% is staff benefits. These are a broad range of South Africans. Therefore, we must continue with our efforts of growing the economy. We have also grown our exports through export and import diversification. Our strategy is yielding fruits in Southeast Asia, in Asia, in China, and across the globe, including in the African continent.
You want to
Our trade
privatize the railway.
diversification is really gaining grounds.
They're privatizing the ports as well.
And our agricultural exports have also shown improvements.
Please take your seat, Minister. Honourable Dugmore, what is your point of order?
My colleague, Honourable Mhlawuli, raised a very clear point where he called a point of order on you, Chair. You are now seeing people speaking without recognizing, and you're allowing
On
it.
point, have fingers.
You actually are undermining our speaker because you are allowing people to do exactly what you have said.
Point
you would
fingers, we're
allow.
not your boys.
There we are. So can you please act
We are not your
and
boys,
name
Chief. Don't
name
point
the
fingers at
members?
us. We're not
On
your
what
boys here.
point are you rising?
Honourable Member. Honourable Member, you have a pink tie and scratching your head right now. It's your final warning, sir. Once more and you will be out of the House. Thank you. Honourable Minister, please continue. Honourable Minister, one moment. What is your point of order, sir?
No, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I appeal for your consistency. You are not applying those rules fairly.
What rule?
Honourable Member.
Honourable
Member.
No, wait for me.
I have been consistent
No, but
throughout.
wait for me. Wait for me. You don't know what I'm going to say. This noise started last night, and we've been telling you that they are disrupting our speakers. You did nothing. Now we are warning our members. We have not warned them. You must be consistent.
Rule, stop crying.
Member.
Rule.
Honourable Member, I did indicate members on this side of the House when they unmuted without permission. I've done so on this side of the House as well. I have tried to be as consistent as I possibly can as I notice microphones being switched on. Honourable Member, your point.
Chairperson, all these Kaizer Chiefs fans must let us go. Can we conclude the business of the House? We have a game to watch at 7:30. Please.
Ritzvelo Pele. Thank you, sir. Honourable Minister, please continue.
Honorable House Chairperson, leadership is not the art of chasing applause or inflaming anger. It is not about placing red overalls or stomping around in military cosplay. It requires a steady hand and the discipline to do the hard work of governing. It means making decisions that are not always popular, but are necessary to protect the long-term interest of our people. That is the leadership President Ramaphosa has consistently demonstrated. Leadership that unites South Africans, rejects populism, chooses responsibility over rhetoric, remains committed to the difficult task of building a truly united, democratic and a prosperous South Africa. It is against this background that President Ramaphosa never buried his head in sand when there are challenges in the criminal justice system. He appointed a commission of inquiry. When there are challenges in the Western Cape, he is bringing the defense force. He is not saying, this is not my challenge, it's for the DA. It's a collective responsibility. We must all stand up and build a united South Africa together. I thank you.
Honourable House Chairperson.
Ubaba unjani?
Nyama.
Inhlulile Northwest Stadium.
Amba ngoba
Inhlulile Northwest Stadium. Sendingu 2000 seats I
Honourable members, if we can have order, please.
Honorable House Chairperson, on a point of order.
Honourable members, that was indeed the last input of the day.
Honorable House
And I would like
Chairperson.
to thank the President for his attentive
Honourable House
presence
Chairperson.
over the past 2 days, and also appreciate the inputs of all speakers. Thanks too to all honourable members.
Honorable House
Honourable Klengwan, what are you rising?
Chair, I'm rising in terms of Rule 47A of the Joint Rules. If I may proceed, if I may proceed, Chairperson.
Honourable Klengwa, I cannot hear you clearly. Please speak to the microphone.
I'm rising in terms of Rule 47A of the Joint Rules. If I may
There's
address
no one on
Chair.
the floor.
Please continue, Honourable Member.
Chairperson, I did not want to enter the fray of the chaotic points of order, but I think for the benefit of the record of this House, it is the Inkatha Freedom Party that won Mzumbe, not the ANC. Thank you.
Honourable members, if I can conclude.
Mkhuleko, ANC yayiwini ward eMzumbe kuma-by-election.
Honourable members,
Yayiwini ward eMzumbe.
thank you to all honourable members.
Special
delegates,
Ayinanga ANC Inkatha.
representatives from SONA, House Chairperson.